Hey everyone, Cody Menz here. What's new? And yeah, I know I'm a little bit late. Funny thing is, last night when I typically record my video, there was this giant thunder, lightning storm, and decided it probably wasn't the best idea to record my video on Thursday night, considering a bolt of lightning struck my neighbor's house outside and scared the crap out of Levi and I like 3 minutes after I finished live streaming. So I'm a little late here, but in any event, let's go over what's kind of new with the game. There's not like a super lot. Now you do have the Labor Day weekend here for the NA server, which some pretty good bonuses here. You have a 5x bonus, also discounts on garage slots and consumables. Like I already stocked up on a bunch of consumables. It's a no-brainer, spend the credits, because after the event you could always sell them and get back whatever you spent. It's also a free XP conversion. On top of that, you have discounts on tier 5 to 10 tanks. Even though, you don't see too many of these, when it comes to like the tech tree sales for tanks, honestly, it's still better taking, the 50% off the consumables, save yourself the money with the consumables. It's better bang for your buck. Moving on though, tank rewards, kicks off here, and more or less it's kind of interesting why we have a T14, the Strav M42, and then an IS2 here. An IS2, I guess just a premium one. But in any event, the tanks, the rewards are the T14, the Strav M42, and then the Chinukai. I guess they didn't have a picture of the Chinukai, but in any event, some pretty good tanks here. Like the Strav's probably the best, honestly, like by far, not just because it's tier 6. It's a really good tank. And, both of these I like as well. Like the T14, my bonus code for new players, just WoT Guru. That gives you a T14 because I think it's a pretty good tank to start out with. Moving on now. The next battle pass is due to start here, I believe, next week sometime. It's on supertest, just kind of ironing out the kinks. However, you're going to have the T125 and also the IS4. The E5s here, looks pretty good. There's nothing like super like weird with it. I like the 3D styles when they don't do too much to them, albeit. Okay, I was about to say, I thought that looked like a surfboard because we already have a tank with a surfboard on it. And then you also have the IS4 here for the other 3D style. And, I guess that has a lifeboat or, whatever the hell, a dinghy, whatever the hell it's called here. But in any event, I think they look pretty cool. And, the 3D styles, we're going to see another battle pass, albeit I kind of disagree with how they monetize the battle pass, but at least we get some cool stuff from it. But, yeah, it is, an extra $10 a month. Alongside of that, you also get 2D style called Reinforced, and here's it on a few tanks here. This looks pretty cool as well. And also on top of that, you have, what is this called, Sea Landing. I guess they're going for the theme of Reinforced for the T125 and Sea Landing for the basically IS4 3D style. Now, in this, in this video description, all these links you can find in the order that you find them in here. You can click on them in the video description. Go over to worldoftanks.com or rykozat.info here. The new battle pass this season, you are going to be able to pick between rewards, apparently. You're not just stuck on just having one reward. I don't know if it's just for the equipment, or maybe the styles, or who knows what, when it comes to like the 2D styles, but you should be able to pick, I believe. Now, since my last video, some premium / reward tanks hit the supertest server. You have the GSOR 1008, which, right now it's labeled as a TD, and it's kind of interesting. It does have a magazine, which you can see this stats here. They changed because the first round of stats, last week were completely, it was insane, when it came to this tank with the autoloader. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting tank. You would think that it's like kind of like a light tank, maybe a medium, but it's labeled as a TD. Something different, maybe a hint at the British wheeled tanks that are coming, which are rumored to be more focused on guns and not so much just raw mobility. Not that this is a wheeled tank, but maybe it's just a hint at what we could see from like a British wheeled TD or wheeled medium tank branch. T-77, this is another premium tank. This is basically a tier 8 American T-57, just kind of down tiered. They've been tweaking the stats a little bit, and honestly, adding this penetration, I think it's a little overkill. Like, this tank's shaping up to be pretty darn good, but at the same time, when you kind of compare it to like the Samua SM, like some other tier 8 like premium autoloaders and stuff, it doesn't stand out like terribly much. Like, I'm hesitant to say that because it's still in supertest, but this looks to be a really good tank. However, it doesn't look like completely like overpowered or broken or the best. However, having the 360 damage combined with really good penetration here for autoloader, it's something to just keep an eye on. It looks like it's going to be a pretty decent tank. Whoops, it won't let me scroll up here. Also, the Object 274A. This is another tier 8 premium tank, which all these premium tanks, like, are they going to be loot box tanks? That's what a lot of people think for later this year. Maybe we'll see 2 of them or maybe 3 of them in, basically the holiday ops boxes. You also have potential rewards, for the tier 9s and tier 10s for like next year in rank battles, next year in clan wars, Levi's being extremely bad. Stop it. And they have a ton of tanks kind of just floating around in the game right now. Tier 10, tier 9, and tier 8 now. And there's even some 7s and 6s, mainly 6s I believe, that are kind of floating around there. Who knows what they're going to do? And this one, it seems okay. There doesn't seem to be anything crazy about it for the most part, but then again, it's Russian, so I'm sure some way somehow they'll be able to figure out to make it even better than what it is. I'm just kidding. Some people are probably like, he said it, Russian bias. It seems interesting. 6 degrees of gun depression kind of stands out for me, considering it's a tier 8 Russian medium tank, and the LT-432 sits there, and why does that thing have good gun depression? Basically the same as this, when that tank literally has a little pancake turret. In any event, moving on, there's also the tier 10 Italian special, so reward tier 10 medium tank, the Carro Da Combattimento 45T. That was harder than you thought for me to try to say that, and I probably still screwed it up. This just seems like a chunkier Progetto 65 with the auto reloader. Basically hits harder, and it's a little bit more sluggish when it comes down to it. And armor wise, you can see like the turret armor, and the turret's very prominent on this thing. It seems like it's got a little bit of armor, but nothing crazy. It's basically a harder hitting, somewhat more sluggish Progetto 65. Maybe just kind of a hint, or possibly, even the, tier 10 possibly for the Italian heavy tanks that might be coming. Do I think that this is a heavy tank? Yeah, armor-wise, it doesn't resemble really any heavies, but, maybe they decided to kind of make it another Italian medium tank line instead of heavies. Who knows? That's rumored to be, not rumored, but Wargaming said that's going to be the line we see at the end of this year. So, possibly this might be a little sneak peek at that. In any event, though, that's all that's really, that's come up this week. There's not a whole lot going on right now outside of the marathon for the CS 52 LIS here. If you're still working towards getting this, I do think that this tank is well worth getting. It's one of the better tier 8, basically medium tanks, definitely premiums. It's a really good tank. I recommend you guys getting it, whether it's a discount for free or, just straight up buy it. But it's better if you at least get like a 50-60% discount before purchasing it. But once this ends, coming up here in, few days, several days, we don't really have, like, outside of tank rewards, like, anything kind of on the docket, for, the next, couple weeks here, so who knows what, you know, kind of special event or like something special or super special or brand new that wargaming kind of throws at us here, because it's a pretty big yeah, it's a pretty big gap between now and October, when we kind of have the Halloween mode that they are bringing back, and also Steel Hunter as well. You know, Steel Hunter's coming back as well here soon. But you know, I'm sure that they're going to throw something else at us, you know, here between now and then, and it should be, you know, hopefully pretty fun. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time, and have a good one.